Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. Week 10 is here and 9 is in the books. Last week I went 3-1. Pretty good, not too bad. I didn't hit my teaser. I hit 2 legs out of my 1 teaser. The Raiders didn't hit. Last week I told you to pick Washington, Atlanta, Detroit. All of them 3 did win and cover. And Denver, I thought they would play a closer match. They got blown out. So the Raiders got blown out and the Broncos got blown out. So it happens. But 3-1, not too bad. I'll take that any day of the week. From this point on, I hope to do a lot better to get up my score. So yeah, I'll take that. In the pools, we got the same 3 contenders. We got Bridgewater's finest. He is at 668, leading the pool, and Hatbox at 649. We got the RR Sports at 635, and I moved up a rank. I'm at now 14th at 536 points. Last week's winner was Big Pimpin', 93 points. Congratulations to him. I hope to see him in the top 3. There you go. The alternate helmets this week. We got 2 teams doing the alternate helmets. You know, I've noticed last week, you know, like I said, I told you to pick Giants. Giants had the alternate helmet, and they had the old, like, 1930s one, but they also had, you know, from the 80s, the ones that say Giants alongside. And you don't know, I get a list of who's going to, you know, have their alternate helmets this week. And, you know, it looks like they could have 2 choices. So I'll just give you the choice I think is going to happen. But anyway, these 2 are apparently clear. We got the Houston Texans with the battle red. They have a new battle red with the horn on the side. It looks pretty sweet. And then we got the Jacksonville Jaguars with the alternate white helmet. So they'll still have the logo, it's just the helmet's just white. You have a few teams that do that. So I don't know, it's just a white helmet. They have to save on paint. So the buys this week, we got the Cleveland Browns at 2-7, the Seattle Seahawks at 4-5, the Las Vegas Raiders at 2-7, and those 3 are really bad teams, and the Green Bay Packers at 6-3. And that being said, let's get on with the show. My number 1 pick of the week, we got the New England Patriots traveling to the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears are a 5.5-point home favorite. New England Patriots 2-7 on back-to-back road games. Chicago's 4-0 at home this season, and New England is the 32nd ranked offense in the NFL. And Chicago, you know, they're not doing great themselves, but they're ranked a little bit higher, ranked 28th offense. But the Chicago defense is ranked 5th, so that's what's keeping them in games. They have the 18.5 points per game allowed, and the New England defense on the other side of the ball is 32nd at yards per game and 21st at points allowed at 21. So this game should be definitely a defensive struggle, offensive struggle, I should say, and definitely pick the under 39.5 if you get a minute. But for me, I'm taking the Chicago Bears minus 5.5. My second pick of the week, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the Washington Commanders. Washington Commanders are a 2.5-point home favorite. The Pittsburgh Steelers, you know, they're not a bad football team this season. They are 6-2 ATS when it comes to 75% covering the spread. Pittsburgh is at 2-0 at Washington in the last 2 meetings, so they played well in Washington. But I'm riding the coattail Washington Commanders. They've been doing me well all season. Been picking them. Washington, they're flawless. 4-0 ATS at home. Washington is 5-0 as a favorite ATS wise. Washington is 7-1-1 ATS overall the whole season. And covers 87.5% of the time, whether they're at home or away. 100% at home. So for me, I'm loving this game, so give me the Washington Commanders minus 2.5. My third pick of the week, we got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to the New Orleans Saints. The Atlanta Falcons are a 3-point road favorite. Divisional matchup. New Orleans won the last 2 games in Washington the last two seasons versus the Atlanta Falcons. But this season, not so well. New Orleans Saints are a 7-game losing streak, and Atlanta's on a 2-game winning streak. And the Saints just fired their head coach, so they got an interim head coach. And for me, usually the team does better after they get rid of the coach, but this team's so bad. They just have so many holes. They look like a high school team out there. So to me, I think the Atlanta Falcons are a roll, winning the division at 6-3. So give me the Atlanta Falcons -3. And my fourth pick of the week, we got the Detroit Lions traveling to Houston Texans. Detroit Lions are a 3.5-point road favorite. Again, on the road, Detroit Lions back-to-back road games and a 3.5-point road favorite. Goff has only played Houston one time in his career, in 2017, and he had 355 yards and a 125.4 passer rating with 3 TDs and no interceptions, so he did exceptionally well. Detroit covers 87.5% of the time, and they are the #1 ATS team in the league. Detroit's #1 highest margin of victory at 13.8, so usually when they're favored, they score 13.8 more points than they need to. Those numbers look great. Only 3.5 points, easy peasy. And they've been, doing me well. Go Detroit. So get the Detroit Lions -3.5. All right, that's it for the my 4 picks. Like I said, I went 3-1 last week. Hope to do well this week as too. My 3-team teaser, I got the Philadelphia Eagles -1. I was going to put them on my top 4. I love that, but 7 points is just a little bit too high for me. So if you knock them down to 1, that looks awesome. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers played exceptionally well, even though their wide receivers were out on Monday night. But they're on a short week. But taking them +11, great. I love that. And the Kansas City Chiefs, again, undefeated. You knock down that. Kansas City Chiefs only win by average of 6 points. So, you give them 8. It's like, just they're playing with fire there. They don't cover the spread all the time. But, a -2, all you got to do is win by a field goal. Yeah, give me that. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles -1, Tampa Bay Buccaneers +11, and the Kansas City Chiefs -2. All right, that's it for all my picks. I'm going to do the rundown of all my notes. There's a handful of people that really enjoy hearing everything I've researched and why I pick what teams. All right, so we're going the Thursday Night Football. Cincinnati traveling to the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens 6-point favorite. Divisional matchup. Baltimore won at home 4 of the last 5 times between these two teams, and Baltimore has the #1 offense. Cincinnati's a little banged up. I love the Ravens, but 6 points might be a little too much in a divisional matchup, but how can you argue against the #1 offense? Next, we got the New York Giants traveling to the Carolina Panthers. The New York Giants are a 5.5-point favorite. Should this team be 5.5-point favorite? I know Carolina stinks, but they actually won last week. And then this game is going to be 9:30 in the morning I think it's in Germany. Yes, game playing Munich, Germany. New York Giants have won the last 2 matchups in 2021 and 2022, 19-16, only by 3 points, and 25-3. Had a big blowout there. New York Giants is on a 4-game losing streak, and they're getting 5.5 points. I mean, they're going to win by 5.5 points in a 4-game losing streak. Yeah. Carolina's 2-7 ATS, and the Giants are 3-6 ATS. Yeah, both teams stink. At 5.5 points might be just a little bit too much for me. Next, we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. San Francisco is a 5-point road favorite. They're just coming off a bye. Tampa Bay is off a loss on Monday night with a short week. San Francisco won the last matchup in Tampa Bay, 31-17. Blowout there. Tampa Bay is on a 3-game losing streak, so I wouldn't count Tampa Bay. I mean, they looked really good, against Kansas City last week. San Francisco off a bye though. It's 5 points. Every time I see 5 points, they usually take the dog. So Tampa Bay, just off that 5 points, take the dog. Just a lean. Let's see, the Denver Broncos traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs. Denver Broncos on back-to-back road games. Kansas City Chiefs, is 8-0 versus Denver at home in the last 8 meetings. Last time the Denver Broncos won against Kansas City Chiefs is in 2015. Kansas City, like I said earlier, Kansas City Chiefs are average margin of victories at 6. Here it is, this point spread's 8, and Kansas City's on a short week, divisional matchup. Yeah, I took the Broncos last week thinking, you know, they might do, Bo Nix might do a little bit better, and he didn't have a bad game. It's just, they just couldn't contain that Baltimore offense. So maybe they can do better in this divisional matchup. You know, 8 points, that's a lot. All right, next we got the Buffalo Bills traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. Buffalo Bills are a 4-point road favorite. Buffalo's on a 4-game win streak, and the Indianapolis Colts is on a 2-game losing streak. Indianapolis is actually 6-0 versus Buffalo at home in the last 6 meetings. So yeah, something to be looking out for, you know, maybe Buffalo wins by field goal, you know. I don't know, it's hard to say on that matchup. Next we got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Minnesota Vikings are a 4-point road favorites. A lot of road favorites this week, so watch out on that one. Vikings off a win, Jacksonville's off a loss. Minnesota is 6-2 ATS and covers 75% of the time. Where Minnesota's traveled only to Jacksonville twice on the history of these two teams. And both times they won 25-16 and 30-12. So, you know, Minnesota plays really well, you know, in Jacksonville. Jacksonville's defense is ranked 30th in the NFL, allowing 28 points per game. So yeah, so this might be you know, a Minnesota dominant game. Jacksonville is 4-1. ATS is a dog this season. That's the only reason why I didn't pick this game. But yeah, will they cover this time? Maybe, but you know, they're allowing just way too many points for me. The over might be a little bit of a look ahead for me. Next will be the Tennessee Titans traveling to the Los Angeles Chargers. Tennessee Titans is last in the NFL and ATS. They are 1-7 covering the spread. Only covers the spread 12.5% of the time. The Chargers 9-0 in Tennessee in the last 9 meetings. The last win of the Tennessee Titans versus the Chargers in LA, or I should say in San Diego actually, was the Houston Oilers. Yeah, so in 1990. Yeah, that's crazy. The Los Angeles defense is #1 in the NFL, only allowing 12.6 points per game. And the Tennessee defense is #1 yards per game on defense, so they allow 269.7 yards, but the Chargers offense is kind of stuttering. So on this game here, it has an under 38. Yeah, I see why, because I don't see any points being made in this game. This game's probably a 7-3 game. So give me yeah, I like the under is lean on this. Next we got the New York Jets traveling to the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are 1-point home favorite, so pretty much a pick 'em on this game. Arizona has a 3-game win streak, and the New York Jets is 1-3 on the road, ATS wise. So Jets ain't covering that much. Arizona's been playing pretty well the last 3 games, so I look at Arizona on this game. I don't trust the Jets. So next we got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the Dallas Cowboys. The Philadelphia Eagles are a 7-point road favorite. Dak Prescott, he had injured his hamstring last week. They might play Cooper Rush, so be on the wary of that. I do like Philadelphia on this match. I was going to put them on my top 4, but that 7 points on a divisional game, kind of, but if Dak Prescott plays, I might take Dallas, but I'll probably, Philadelphia all day long on this one as far as, my pool wise. Philadelphia is 3-1 ATS on the road. Dallas Cowboys are only 2-6 ATS wise. Philadelphia has a 3-game win streak. Dallas 3-game losing streak, so just the opposite. Dallas won the last 6 matchups in Dallas last 6 years, but Dallas this season is 0-3 ATS at home. So Philadelphia tells you to pick Philadelphia, but I wouldn't see what I don't think Dak Prescott even, he have to stay in the pocket like like you know, Green Bay did last week. You know, so yeah, Philadelphia the only way I'd go on that. And last but not least is the Monday night game. The Miami Dolphins on back-to-back road games traveling to the LA Rams. The Rams are a 2.5 point favorite. You know, Rams are doing pretty good. Matt Stafford I have on my fantasy team, and I actually won last week. I sat Goff and put in Stafford. Imagine, those are the two quarterbacks I got. Imagine that. So Miami 6-1 in LA. Rams since 1971. So of the 7 times they played in LA since 1971, they won 6 out of those 7. Miami Dolphins are on a 3-game losing streak, and the Rams are on a 3-game winning streak. Like I said, this is a Monday night game. Not looking good for Miami on back-to-back road games. And Rams are on a roll. It's only 2.5 points. I like this matchup, so I'd probably pick the Rams on this. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening to me ramble. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe. Like is all I ask for. So thank you very much. I will see you next week. Peace.